Hello. So guys, if you clearly didn't see, we got a lot of new Sun and Moon information here today. By a lot, I mean it wasn't as much as you probably would think, but it's pretty huge with what was revealed. And what was revealed is, in contrast, a lot with how large it was, if you know what I mean, right? Basically, we finally got the start evolution. You can see it on the screen right now. So of course, like the video, of course. Subscribe for having more Sun and Moon content. And by all means, be sure to let me know your feedback down below. Which one is your favorite one? Let me know. Hashtag team Dartrix. Is it Dartrix? We're gonna look at them first. It's Dartrix, Torcat, and Brion. I think that's how you say it, Brion. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. We're gonna talk about the first one though. Dartrix. He is the Blade Quill Pokemon. It still pertains to grass flying. So for all of you people that believe every single leak that you hear in your life, and there was this leak where everyone's like, "Oh, Rowlet's gonna evolve to a grass ground." I'm like, do we just believe anything now? Water is gonna turn red tomorrow. Oh my god, like some of these leaks are just preposterous. People believe this shit. Like, no, if it sounds that bodaciously crazy, don't believe it. But no, it pertains to grass flying, and it will continue to pertain to grass flying. 35.3 pounds, and his ability overgrow, of course. I don't think they're really gonna get hidden abilities until like the game kind of comes out. We won't really find that out for a while. But it says here, Dartrix is extremely sensitive to other presences in the area and can detect Pokemon. Can detect opponents behind it and throw feathers to strike them without even seeing them. This Pokemon conceals sharp-bladed feathers inside its wings, showing astounding precision as it sends them flying in attack. And it goes beyond propelling its blade quills in simple straight lines. It can even bend these feathers to change their trajectories, revealing a certain snobbiness in its personality. Dartrix cares a great deal about its appearance, grooming its feathers in every spare moment. In truth, it's also a bit of a bird brain with a tendency to bungle things up. Once it makes a mistake, it sometimes gets in a desperate struggle to gloss over the situation and ends up making a bigger mess than ever. At times, the Pokemon feels so bothered by its dirty or ruffled feathers that it can't focus on battle. Reliable? I think not. Okay, it says when it loses its focus, it sometimes even retires from the battle on spot. It's up to each trainer to help Dartrix overcome this troublesome stage. If this Pokemon is with the trainer who helps it through, its strengths will grow hugely. I guess somewhat hinting that its final evolution is actually going to be strong, even though it has the quad weakness to ice. I just make a joke about that all the time because I don't like Rowlet, and I still don't like Dartrix. Like, I'm still not like appealed or amused by this Pokemon whatsoever at all. I don't like the design is okay, I guess. I mean, it fits Rowlet. But I'm not really too nuts about it. I never really was too nuts about it in the beginning, and I'm not gonna really continue to be nuts about it because it's just there for me. You know, I respect anybody that likes Rowlet and Dartrix, but personally for me, I'm not a fan. You can tell how snobby he is. He loses interest in the battle every single time. When it loses focus, constantly bothered by his feathers. I'm like, my god, you barely have any feathers. But then, you know, it's probably cleansed in deep within the like the quail. So, oh well. I mean, so far he looks like he'll be, I guess, somewhat tanky, but from its attitude, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. It'll be really interesting to see how it goes. We're now gonna check out my personal favorite one, Torcat. I've been Team Litten since day one, and I'm so hyped. Let's freaking go. It says right here though, with this, it is a fire cat. First off, can we just talk about how it's still on 4 legs? If you watched my trailer reaction video, everybody was laughing about it. I'm so happy that the thing is still on 4 legs. I am so happy that it is, because it is so annoying when the thing, because I don't mind if it gets on 2 legs, but if it gets on 2 legs and becomes a fighting type, yeet. And I kind of want the second evolution to be on 2 legs, you know, or be on 4 legs. You know, if it gets on the final evolution is still 4 legs, even better. But if the final evolution ends up being what the Chinese release is gonna be, I wouldn't really mind because the design is not too bad, and I think they said something about it being a fire dark. Some leaks you can believe, some leaks you can't. Like if I think there's a leak out there where the thing is gonna like Some crazy leaks where this thing becomes like a Hydra or some shit like that. There's even another leak out there where this thing is gonna become a fire water type, and it's gonna be like a sea lion, because lion in the sea. Like, I've seen some crazy leaks, right? But these Chinese little leaks look more and more real every day. Which I will be probably putting throughout the video. Actually, I'm gonna put it up on screen right now. I don't Rowlet one, I guess I'll do too, but yeah, we'll talk about that later. But it says here right now, the fire cat pertains to fire typing, of course, with blaze. And it says the bell-like object attached at the base of Torcat's neck is a flame sac, an organ that can produce flames. Torcat's emotions cause a rise in the organ's temperature, and when the organ spits flames, it rings with the high, clear sound of a bell. Torcat attacks using the flame emitted from this bell. He's a Archabalenio. Yo! Because a little passive fire right there. Yo! I knew it. And that's one of my all-time favorite animes too. Yo! If anybody, I'm not even gonna say it even, but if anybody gets that from the Archabalenios, I love you. If anybody gets that. He's reborn! Torcat's mane serves as an excellent sensory organ, and it can sense what's going on around it, even in the dark. It can also detect the presence of hidden enemies. So cats usually can really detect things a lot better at dark, so it makes sense since he is a cat. Torcat has a great love for battle and will attack so relentlessly that his opponent loses the will to fight. So whereas the other one loses interest to fight, Dartrix loses interest to fight, Torcat actually gains interest to fight the more it attacks. Moxie? I think so. It's something like it's hidden ability to be Moxie. And yet it sometimes behaves like a spoiled child in front of trainers or Pokemon with whom it has built a relationship of trust. So I guess he becomes so spoiled with battling that just wants more. Yo, it sounds dope. It sounds dope. The cat punch that this Pokemon can dish out. Oh no. This is confirming the freaking Chinese leaks even more. The cat punch that this Pokemon can dish out, which the Riddle leak really sounds like it. I'll provide the link in the description for the image. I don't want to put it on screen, but you know what I mean. Can dish out with strong forelegs and is extremely powerful. It can bend iron bars and knock out large men with a single blow. Jesus! This sounds like a fighting type based off the description. I swear to God. And I know that I'm not being picky, I'm not being petty. I know good and damn well that a lot of other Pokemon fans, if not the majority, will be pretty heated about this, but nobody wants their thing to be another firefighting. You know, for a long generation of time, I think until like generation 4, Delphox is, I guess, the one that broke the chain. But if he becomes a firefighting type, I might be a little upset because firefighting is so prevalent, and I'm like, come on, there's better type combination. They tried with Delphox. A lot of people didn't like Delphox because of its design, but its typing is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. The next one we have next is Poplios, which a lot of people really gotta stop giving the hate on. I joined the Poplio defense squad, I think like a week after when the Poplio defense squad actually started happening, a week after when Poplio was first revealed. Personally, look at Poplio's design. My nigga looks dumb as hell, but he's cute and he has potential. And most of the water types have had potential. But what's crazy, he learns disarming voice through level up. We saw one of the Chinese or one of the Japanese trailers. And from the design concept of this Pokemon, y'all can't tell me it doesn't look like it will evolve into a gorgeous fairy type. Now, what's interesting about this is most times the starter Pokemons try to retain a design to where it's not gonna be purely based off a one-sided gender. And this one looks like it's more likely to be based off a female gender rather than male. Now, no hate to anything like that. Don't spark up any crazy shit. Most of the starters, most of the time, their designs are based to where it'll look like it could be either male or female. So Game Freak says, so Game Freak's history says, you know, and this looks like it's more along rolling towards the side of being more on the female side. I think there was like a whole like conversation about it where they went into more in-depth talk about it. This thing is heavy. Look at this, almost 40 pounds. You are fat. 55? Never mind. 35? Never mind. The cat is yo! Never mind. Alright, we're gonna discuss Brion though. I think this one has the most potential. I think competitively, and I've been saying this for like a few months now. I've been saying it for like 4 or 5 months now. I think competitively, this is gonna be the best out of the 3. Competitively, this is gonna be the best out of 3. Whereas, you know, Rowlet kind of sparked up with being a meme, and then Litten was just there because he's cool, but here we are now, the Pop Star Pokemon. It is a water type, it keeps that, and its ability is Torrent. My nigga kind of a little chubby though, a little chubby side. I like the design, I'm not gonna lie, I like it. I do. I like it a little more than Popplio's design. It says here, Brion learned its dances by imitating the other members of its colony. It sometimes even learns dances from humans. This Pokemon is a hard worker and pours itself into its efforts until it has memorized each dance. As it dances, Brion creates balloon after balloon after balloon. Okay. In battle, it first sends its opponent into disarray with its dancing, and then slaps its balloons into its target, causing the balloons to explode and deal damage. This literally just sounds like Bubble Beam. This is probably Bubble Beam. Yeah, it's Bubble Beam. Brion can dance in perfect time with others, even if they have only just met. On moonlit nights, you can sometimes see throngs of Brion dancing as one in perfect fluidity. It's like I have had no sleep. Get off my back, please. Brion always acts cheery and positive, even when it's feeling sad. If Pokemon doesn't allow its sorrow to show. It's said that Brion will only reveal a sad expression to a Pokemon or a trainer to whom it has opened its heart completely. So basically, all of these starters sound like they're Pokemon that need to share a bond or connection with the trainer in order to do great things. The Rowlet will become a strong asset to your team once you get through his obnoxious attitude. The Litten will be a strong asset to your team once you gain trust with him, since he's going to be powerful and he loves to fight. He's so relentless. And the Brion is more of an on the emotional side. It will start opening up to you, and it will just rely on you more the closer you get with it. So they all have to share some type of bond with it. It symbolizes the Z moves, since I guess the bond, you kind of synchronize dancing with them. So yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I like this Pokemon, I'm not gonna lie. The only one I'm not too set on yet is Rowlet. I don't like Rowlet, and I don't like Dartrix. I'm probably triggering all the Rowlet fanboys, I'm sorry, but I like Popplio and Brion, and I really love Litten and Torcat. Not too bad, not too bad. We're gonna look at the craziest thing now, which is ash-greninja. This one I think blew a lot of people out of the dark. Haha, funny, water dark, but fun fact, regular Greninja was water dark. So I know a lot of people will forget about that. So we gotta stay true. I know a lot of people will forget about that. So stay true to your homage, since Greninja's been banned for such a long time. So yeah, it's a new ability, Battle Bond though, which they specified within it. I actually would love to know what Battle Bond does. But ash-greninja I think threw me out of the park. I was wondering for a long time, when are we actually going to get ash-greninja within the game? And a lot of people came up with this really shitty theory that, and there's been so many shitty theories out there. They came up with this shitty theory that ash-greninja is anime exclusive and it has absolutely nothing to do with the games. And I'm like, where do you see this? What? It says here though, ash-greninja has powered up thanks to the strength of its bond with Ash. This is the form Greninja takes when it has gained new power due to the miraculous occurrence known as the bond phenomenon. This can be brought on by the bond between people and Pokemon. I'm going to stop here. They have specified bonds between all of the starters so far. So does this mean that the starters will get their own separate evolutions, and that is the secret within this? I don't know, because they've all, you can literally point out, they've all talked about bonds with each individual starter having their each own respective bond towards another trainer or Pokemon. So it's like, are the starters gonna get this bond phenomenon as well? I don't know. It says this can be brought on bonds between people and Pokemon. It seems that it has only known to have occurred once, several hundred years ago. But they're not pointing out who it is. So this is clearly the second time it's happened with ash-greninja, but who was the Pokemon that it happened to once several years ago? I would like to know about that. That might actually pertain to something within the story of Sun and Moon. I'd love to know about that. The bomb phenomenon is really interesting. Sun and Moon finds a new thing to spew us with every single time we get more news. Ash-Greninja's leg strength has become enhanced compared to an ordinary Greninja, making it difficult to see because of the speed at which it can move. Basically, Greninja, a Pokemon base 122 speed, a very fast speed stat, now just became even more faster. Ash-Greninja sounds like it's about to be busted as crap. And I know everybody saw the anime and saw that mega super water shuriken. That is more than likely going to be his Z move. I see that being a Z move. I think it's pretty good. It's going to be a Z move. Making it difficult to see. We can talk about that. We already talked about that. It takes its enemies out in a flash. High crazy attack stat. It becomes able to make giant water shurikens on its back, and it can throw them in rapid succession. Priority, since water shuriken had priority, and I'm assuming now it's going to be doing more damage. I don't know. More damage, it might be a priority move, but hitting once now, whereas water shuriken hit 2 to 5 times with its priority like that. So, take note into that. Greninja can become Ash-Greninja. Greninja that can become Ash-Greninja have an ability that no other Pokemon has ever had before. Battle Bond. The Battle Bond ability triggers triggers his Pokemon's form change to Ash-Greninja after it causes an opponent's Pokemon to faint. When the battle ends, the Pokemon returns to its original Greninja form. This form is only for battles where it needs to break the limits. What does that mean? It's only for certain battles then when it needs to break the limits? What, important battles only? I don't understand what that means. Only Elite Four battles? Only Champion battles? Only, like, I don't... That's very vague. It says we're gonna look back at that. The Battle Bond ability triggers Pokemon formed Ash-Greninja after it causes an opponent's Pokemon to faint. So a regular Greninja, let's say example, kills a Rattata, it becomes Ash-Greninja then. When the battle ends, the Pokemon returns to its original Greninja form. Kinda like the anime then. Okay, so Greninja can kill a Pokemon, become Ash-Greninja, and then when the battle's over, it goes back to normal. So I'm guessing in like wild battle, it only goes back to normal then, I'm assuming, once the battle is done, which it said, when the battle ends. So not when the Pokemon dies, when the Pokemon dies, it becomes Ash-Greninja, and until the full battle ends, then you can bring it out, I'm assuming. You can bring it out, swap it with a different Pokemon, it will still be Ash-Greninja within your party, and you can switch the slots and bring it back out, and it will still be Ash-Greninja. It says the battle ends, not more along the respective 1v1 battle, the however much you want to do battle. Because wouldn't that be really weird if it killed a wild Pokemon, became Ash-Greninja, and then it reverts back to regular Greninja right after that, and then, no, it's not like that at all, so please don't think that. It says when the battle ends, Pokemon returns to the original Greninja form. It's just, this is the really most confusing part right here. This form is only for battles where it needs to break the limits. What the hell does this mean? It's only for battles where it needs to break the limits. I know in the anime, every single time it would only become Ash-Greninja based on, like, serious moments, of course. There wasn't really times where it would kill a Pokemon and it would instantly become Ash-Greninja. So you'd even had days where it started off as Ash-Greninja, so cut that out. But I wonder what that means. That's interesting. Maybe that might be something in-game story-wise only. It says the form is only for battles where it needs to break the limits. So if you're fighting a wild Pokemon, you're not breaking any limits there. So he's very interesting. That's gonna be interesting. I think that's really it. That's all what I really wanted to talk about, guys. Especially this as well. Mega Pokemon are not gone. I've been saying this forever. Why would they remove them? It makes absolutely no sense, and I'm happy. I like Mega Pokemon, so I'm happy that they're back. It's the select number of Pokemon were able to Mega Evolve in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire X and Y. As long as you're in possession of the proper Mega Stone, any of these Mega Evolving Pokemon can be caught in the Alola region. In the Alola region, we'll be able to Mega Evolve in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon as well. The Megastones Pokemon that appear in the Alola region may be received from people or in the game obtained from special shops. It's a Megastone that makes the Alakazam Mega Evolve. Let's go with the Alakazam. So this kind of also states as well that we're not gonna get. Yeah, it's like the battle point shop that they kind of had in Oris as well. It kind of sucks because this also, I guess, type of debunks as well that we're not gonna get any new Mega Evolutions. More along, reliving means that we're still gonna have Mega Evolutions. You can still Mega Evolve within the game. So basically, let's say for example, if you can find a Glalie within the Alolan region, you can evolve that into Mega Glalie. If you find a Kangaskhan in the Alola region, you can Mega evolve that into Mega Kangaskhan. Essentially meaning that, I think these are like all the Megas so far. I think this like they're accidentally confirmed it. So you can find like Ghastly, Scyther, Pinsir, Aerodactyl, Riolu, Lucario, Kangaskhan, and Magikarp, obviously. You can find that all within the Alolan region. Maybe Salamence as well, Bagon, because it kind of, I'm just assuming right now, I'm just spewing some bullshit, you know? They're talking about what Mega Evolution. But what's interesting is, though, is this also confirms as well that your character will be having a Mega Ring, since you can only evolve with a Mega Ring. It states right here, as long as you're in possession of the proper Mega Stone, any of these Mega Evolved Pokemon can be caught in the Alola region. So basically saying, as long as you have the Mega Stone that can Mega Evolve the Pokemon, example, as long as I have the Gengarite and I find Ghastly in the Alolan region, I will be able to Mega Evolve Gengar into Mega Gengar. But if I can't find, or if I can't find Bagon within the Alolan region, then I can't evolve the Salamence into Mega Salamence in Pokemon Sun and Moon. I might be like going crazy. It might be the sleep getting to me, but you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But that's what gonna be it though for this video, guys. Thank you again for taking the time out of your day to watch this. I'm Sly for Sun and Moon. Demo is 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today. Well, no, yes, 2 weeks from today. Crazy. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna get out of here though. Leave a like for me, subscribe if you already have it. And with that, I'm gonna get out of here. Goodbye.